This is Gil Guillory with the Combat Sports Report, and I am talking to David. Introduce yourself, my brother,
This is David.
from 7poundbag.com, right? So,
Yes,
talking about
sir.
fights that excite me, let's go into this weekend's fight. Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. Now, that excites me.
What do you think's going to happen?
I think, here's what I think is going to happen. First and foremost, I think that the 8-ounce gloves, regardless of whether it's 8 or 10 ounce gloves, the 8-ounce gloves work into the favor. People are saying it works in the Conor McGregor's favor, but they're fools because they don't understand the difference in weight. By the time they're done, it's going to be about a pound of weight on each guy's hands. The conditioning that it takes from 49 professional fights for Floyd Mayweather to be able to carry that weight and to fight over a 12-round fight. Before you know it, Conor McGregor is going to be out of gas. His arm's going to be tired and dead. He doesn't have the conditioning that it takes over the years to make it a 12 full round fight. He's going to be good for about 4 rounds, 4 or 5 rounds. But after that, if Floyd Mayweather sits down on his punches the way only boxers do, only boxers can do this, and Floyd Mayweather throws with speed, people don't understand the difference. There is no MMA fighter in the world today who has the boxing ability to fight Floyd Mayweather in a fight, in a boxing match.
Well,
No,
let's be honest. There's no boxer in the world that can go with Floyd Mayweather.
not
I
if
mean, it's no for a reason.
if Floyd decides to fight instead of try to give him, play defense. If Floyd Mayweather plays offense, this fight is over within 7 rounds. It's over if Floyd Mayweather plays offense. You see, if Floyd fights the way he fought against Carlos Maidana, then McGregor has a chance for about 5 rounds. But the weight of the fight, the mental attitude it takes to go 12 rounds, you see, you can do what you want in 5 rounds. 5 rounds, you can be aggressive. You should not get winded in 5 rounds. 5 rounds of stand up is a walk in a park, okay? But when you start to think of the weight of the world bearing down on you, taking punches and missing shots for 5 rounds, he's going to miss punches. He's going to throw with power instead of throwing with speed. Because in boxing, you don't throw with power until you catch that guy. You throw with speed. Your arms are loose and flexible. He's going to be tight because he's in a different world. So the relaxed portion of the fight, the person who's more relaxed, is going to be Mayweather. Which fighter will stick to his game plan the longest? Mayweather. So all the cards are against him now. There's no doubt McGregor's got heavy hands. But let me tell you, bro, if he wins this fight, it's a fix. And or he got extremely lucky and Floyd Mayweather got extra cocky. Because there is no way that an MMA guy, a kickboxing guy, a Muay Thai guy, I don't care who you are in what combat sport you're in, you will not beat a world class boxing world champion in a boxing match. Impossible. Impossible.
Well, to me, the biggest problem that Connor's got is you don't engage really in boxing for the first couple of rounds. I mean, the first couple of rounds, it's all distance and footwork and trying to kind of slip in and get your range.
Setups,
Which
counters, exactly.
he's going to spend 10 minutes doing absolutely nothing. And to me, that's part of the reason why boxing's not as interesting as it was, because you can miss the first half hour of fight and not really miss anything. So, I mean, Connor's going to spend 10 minutes doing absolutely nothing. And Mayweather's going to make sure he does absolutely nothing. And then you've got another couple of rounds where maybe Connor's found his difference, maybe Floyd's found his distance. But still, Connor's still got to sit there and keep that same footwork. He's still got to move his distance.
Let me tell you what I saw. Connor's footwork was absolute garbage against Paulie Malignaggi. Now, they released a 20-second video, Dana White and them, showing Malignaggi falling down, blah, blah, blah. But then Malignaggi and them released another video showing how how he dominated McGregor. McGregor was fighting and throwing punches over his front leg. So he did his balance is MMA. His balance wasn't even close to being what a boxer's balance should be. And because of that, he's going to get picked off at will. He has never seen speed on this level. He has never seen punches come from angles that this guy's going to throw him. Now, granted, Mayweather hasn't seen these kind of angles either from the punches because when he saw those angles from Carlos Maidana was at some point looked like he could have won that fight. The difference is Carlos Maidana is conditioned for a 12-round fight with 8 to 10 ounce gloves. There is no way in 6 months of training, no way. Conor McGregor will be in prime condition, but he won't have that knowledge, that muscle knowledge, that conditioning base over years to be able to go into the deep water. He's gonna get he's gonna get
Hang
tore
on.
up.
Let me throw a little bit out there, and I do see what you're saying. I understand. I agree with what you're saying, but let's keep in mind, Conor blew out in the first Diaz fight, and then came back and went 5 rounds with him, and wasn't gassed.
No, he was gassing
So,
that second fight too now.
so it's not that he wasn't as gassed as it was in the first fight.
That's right. He wasn't.
So, so let's not just say that Conor can't do it because he can't, because he doesn't have it. I mean, to turn around in that short amount of mere months and go from gassed in 2 rounds to being fine with 5 rounds against Diaz of all people. I mean, it's not like he was in there against somebody that just kind of stood around. I mean, he was in there with Kimbo Slice.
And Diaz is a conditioning beast.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. He was in there with somebody that's going to make him work for 5 rounds. There's no rest holds.
That's right.
You know, it's not like Mayweather can. I mean, and one thing that boxing does give you that MMA doesn't is you can clinch and take a break. You can clinch and rest for 2 or 3 seconds.
Right.
But I think the biggest problem that Conor has is let me give you a question here, and this is what's really going to hurt Conor if you really think he's got a chance. Say me and you were boxing, and I knock you down. What happens?
I get embarrassed and I come back harder.
Now, you fall down, and you got like 8 seconds up to 10, but I mean, it's a standing 8 count to rest, to get up, to collect your thoughts, and come back, right?
After being embarrassed.
So, okay, you're going to be, well, I don't know. I mean, I got you by about 100 pounds. I get enough power behind me. I can put you down, but still.
Yeah, but you know
right,
what I'm saying?
Let's say we're a fight.
I'm portraying myself as Mayweather, you as McGregor, and I'm thinking as Mayweather, I would be embarrassed, virtually embarrassed that I got hit by this guy, you know?
Well, no, I'm talking boxing versus MMA.
Okay.
Purely boxing versus MMA. Now, let's say we're in an MMA fight, and you knock me down. What happens?
I stand over you and I punch until you quit.
Exactly. That's the biggest problem. If Conor hits that left hand that everybody talks about it, he knocks Mayweather down, he can't jump on him and pound him out. He's got to back up, which you know is going to take a bit. He's going to dance around, which you know is going to take a bit, which means Mayweather's probably got a good 20, 30 seconds because you know the referee ain't exactly going to be counting fast.
Right.
He's going, 1, 2. I mean, Mayweather may have a full minute before the 10 count hits to sit there and rest. McGregor's not used to that. He's going to knock him down. He's going to dance. He's going to run around. He's going to think he's won this thing.
Yeah.
And then he's going to turn around and Mayweather's going to be standing there looking at him going, you got to do that again, buddy.
Exactly. Okay, so what's your prediction? I got my prediction is a finish before the 7th. Mayweather winning. What's your prediction?
I don't know. I want to keep saying decision just because McGregor can take a whole lot of punishment. And I'm just not sure that Mayweather wants to put him out. I think he wants to punish him. And I honestly think that when it gets to round 7, 8, 9, and Mayweather's doing his best to try to put McGregor down, McGregor's just not going to go down. He may sit there and get the snot beat out of him. I mean, there may be some 10-8 rounds or maybe even a 10-7. But I just don't think that Mayweather's never seemed to me the guy that really wants to knock somebody out. He's fine with just laying back and picking somebody apart.
Right.
And I don't think McGregor's going to get exhausted enough that he goes down just from exhaustion. I mean, me and you both been at fights where a guy's basically been knocked out by his own, lactic acid building up in all of his muscles at the same time more than anybody's punching. And I just don't think McGregor's going to get to that point, especially when you get so much rest in boxing.
Hmm.
So I have to think that it's going to end up being a decision for Mayweather going away.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. My biggest thing is the mental aspect of the fight. Now, when it came to the mental aspect building up to the fight, McGregor clearly won that. Okay, because Mayweather's never got to the point where he had somebody on his level trash talking, and Mayweather lost the battle of the minds coming into the fight. So to me, that motivates Mayweather even more because that battle, that 30, you got to think about this now, 36 minutes of combat, to 11 minutes of dead time. So you've got literally 48 minutes of combat. And by the time you get to that 25-minute mark, which is 5 rounds for MMA, that 25-minute mark, you just don't, he's not going to have that anymore. So the lactic acid will build up in the legs and in the arms. The 8-ounce gloves that turn into 14 to 16 ounces after wrapping, sweat, everything else, that long time conditioning, that long time muscle memory, the long time conditioning, 48, 49 professional fights for Mayweather, that's what's going to take its toll. And he won't, McGregor's going to be a sitting duck after a while. He's going to be good for about 2, 3 rounds. After that, he's a sitting duck. So my prediction, Mayweather before 7, before the end of 7. And yours is decision running away for Mayweather.
Exactly.
All right.
I just I just don't see it. But no, your point about the gloves is a great point. I mean, those 8 ounce gloves, that was to me that was probably the biggest mistake the Connor's made so far.
I agree. And these MMA guys don't understand. They're talking all this crap. They really don't have any respect for boxing, and which they should when it's just a boxing match. When it's just a boxing match, they have no idea what it takes to be a boxer. And the little subtleties of the slip, the little subtleties of spinning to throw your opponent off and returning fire, the little subtleties of head and hand movement at the same time. See, they think it's a separate thing, head movement, then I punch. No, it's at the same time. Guys will shadow box, right? And the point of shadow boxing is to try to hit your head in the mirror, but at the same time to make your head miss your hands in the mirror. See, guys shadow box and they don't realize what shadow boxing is really. Shadow boxing is you look in the mirror and you try to punch your head. While trying to punch your head, at the same time, you're trying to move your head out of the way. Guys don't do that. They keep their head on center and they just throw punches in the air. That's not shadow boxing. And boxers, high level boxers know what it is, and that creates the reflex action. So when I throw my strong right punch, boom, my head moves at the same time. Where Conor McGregor is going to throw first and then move. Those little subtleties will add up. It's going to be a massacre.
But it should be interesting. Like I said, I mean, are you actually going to watch the fight?
I'm excited. I'm excited. There's nobody in the world I hate more than Floyd Mayweather. Only one person in the world I hate more than Floyd Mayweather, and that's McGregor. Only one person. I'm ex- I'm excited. My two most hated fighters in the world, and I'm pulling for Mayweather to destroy him because I hate McGregor worse than Mayweather. Mayweather de-
I'll take,
Mayweather deserves a beating of epic proportions. He deserves it to be acting like a child at his age and to the antics he pulls. It's great that he's making this money, but let me tell you something. This is the type of guy who'll be broke by the time he's 50 and back on welfare in Ireland. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is.
I tell you, did you see the belt that they've made?
The belt? No, I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh, it's like it's they put together this belt for the winner because there's no titles on the line. Even though boxing only has about 150 of them, and it's something like 1.3 million dollars.
The gaudiness of it.
I can pull up the specs here in a second, but it is amazing. And then they started talking about how much the belt costs and and if it's actually going to go to the winner, if it's a prop. And they come out and said, no, it's an actual belt. It's actually going to the winner. And then they revealed that Mayweather paid for it.
Let me tell you what the beauty of this fight is. The birth of the super fights, which is the greatest thing in the history of mankind. The birth of the super fights, baby. Let's get it. I don't care who you are, what discipline. Let's get it. And that's what the beauty of it is. The birth of the super fights. I'm all behind it. I love it.
It's 3 pounds of gold, 3.3 pounds of gold, 3,360 diamonds.
Oh, my Lord.
600 sapphires and 160 emeralds.
Jesus.
Yep. And if Conor win, to tell you the truth, I'd love to see him win it. I'd love to see Conor win just to see him walk around with that belt.
Right.
Just because Mayweather would probably cry.
Well, all right, my brother. Well, look, I think we have covered a lot of ground today. I like to talk after the fight is over, get us about a 15-minute recap, and get this on both of our sites and get it on the Combat Sports Report on YouTube and start pushing this around and invite everybody to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let's build this network of combat sports reporters. Anybody who wants to be a part of it can contact us at combatsportsreport@gmail.com. Combatsportsreport@gmail.com if you'd like to contribute and be a part of our network of combat sports enthusiasts.